So yes, Navya. So yes, we'll start solving the questions. So the first one is the lines r is equal to I minus j plus L into 2I plus k. R is equal to 2I minus j plus M into I plus j minus k. So you need to find out which among the following is true. Whether L is 2, M is 1 by 2, whether L is 1, M is 2, or is it something like they are not intersecting for any values, or they intersect for all the values. This is what you need to find out. Very simple question where you have this two, you could just, I would say, compare them and find out the value of M and L, and then you can understand what's the status, whether L is 2, M is 1 by 2, L is 1 or M is 1 by 2, or do you have any solutions for this? So just compare, expand it, compare it. I hope everybody is ready with your pen and notebook and you all are having it. And I would request everyone to just note down the questions in such a way that you will be able to understand it whenever you come back to it or whenever you revisit it. Okay. It's I minus j plus 2 IL plus LK. This is 2I minus j plus MI plus MJ minus MK. Just compare those. It's very easy, right? Okay. Let's see, Aradhana, whether that option is correct. And those students have already, I think just only one or two has given me options. And those students, if this is your first session, it's completely purely problem solving. We'll just discuss questions one by one. Okay. And I'll give you just 1 or 2 minutes to just go through the question and find out the answer. And then we'll start discussing it. That's how this session goes. And wherever you want theory or something, you can type about that in the chat box and I'll be able to describe it. Yes, Sahasra, if there is anything, please do type it in the chat box. And what you need to be careful is I have taken some random questions as like, these questions are like, I would say repeatedly coming, this pattern or this type or this model of questions are like repeatedly coming in competitive exams. I'm not only saying about AEEE, even for JEE, these type of questions are repeating, right? So yes, this is the part that we have I minus j plus L into 2I plus k. And this is 2I minus j plus M into I plus j minus k. So I've just expanded it and I have it as this. I've just compared the terms and I have just understood. Yeah, this is what I have. For I, it's 1 plus 12 minus j plus Lk. I into 2 plus M plus j into M minus 1 minus Mk. So for I, it's 1 plus 12 is equal to 2 plus M. I hope this is a very easy question and most of you are already having an idea about these type of questions. You have come across these type of questions when you are solving it, right? So the first part is I have compared this. The second one is like minus 1. This is M minus 1 and this is L, that is minus M. So once you solve this, you'll get the value of M and L. So once I've solved this too, because here L is actually minus M, that's what it is showing. So if I'm substituting it here, or if it's something like 2 minus 1, it's 1. If you're solving this, you'll get this. But this is not actually in any of the option, right? It's not there in any of the option. So what we can understand from that, which means these values do not intersect for, or they are not intersecting the values of L and M. Okay. Is this question clear or is this the first time you are encountering such a question? You need to compare each one. This is I, so it's 2 plus M. This is J. You need to, okay, I have forgot this part. Then this is K. So you need to compare each one of them and after substituting it, you'll be able to find out for what is M, what is L. Then you need to check which among the option is okay. So the first part is 1 plus 12 is equal to 2 plus M. So here, what it will, and here it's like M minus 1, this is also minus 1. So it's 0 and L is equal to 0. Simple calculation you have to do. But these type of questions often comes in examination. What you need to be careful is just the model which I'm saying, because that is important. That is what is more important. Okay. The values might be different, everything might be different, but these questions will come as something, I would say, repeatedly. Now, this is another model of question. I think this is last year JEE. I think so, but I don't remember the year. If the x-intercept of some line, I would say L, is double as that of the line 3x plus 4y equal to 12, another part is y-intercept of L is half as that of the same line, then what's the slope of L? Is it -3, -3 by 2, -3 by 8, or -3 by 16? The first part is x-intercept of some line L. Okay, so L is there. What is it showing is the x-intercept is double as that of the line 3x plus 4y equal to 12. When it comes to y-intercept, it is given that it's half of 3x plus 4y, half of the y-intercept of 3x plus 4y equal to 12. Yes, Siddharth, we can just check. These are, I would say, the two conditions or something like a clue type of thing that's given in the question, which is going to help you find out the slope of L. For you to find out the slope of a line, you need the line itself, right? So first you need to find out L, and then you have to find out the slope of L. First you have to find out L and then the slope of L. And even you could see there are some question papers where the same question is the ditto, but this value will be different. It's like this line is different. It could be something like, I would say, the multiples or something. 6x plus something is equal to 24. The same sort of question repeats. Okay, Hariharan, let's check. Because there are a lot of students who are saying how you have selected this question. I could see that in the chat box also. So this is the reason I have made this random selection. It's always repeating, or this is something which is very, very important. Yes, I think almost all of you got the answers. There is B also, there is C also, there is D also. Okay, there are three options, B, C, and D. That is -3 by 2, -3 by 8, and -3 by 16. Okay. I think it's time to discuss that too, a very, I would say, very simple question. Okay. Now just a question, how to find out the slope of a line? How to find out the slope of a line? I hope at least some of you will help me by replying in the chat box. Okay. Okay, it's a coefficient of xy by, okay, or y1 minus y2 by x1 minus x2. Okay, m is equal to, okay. Okay, I think almost all of you has given me answers. Okay, so this is what the first part is. So if I want to just change, this is the actual way of doing this question. So if I want to get it in the intercept form, I'll be able to write this as x by 4 plus y by 3 equal to 1. So if x part is 4, it's double for the other line. That's the unknown one. So it's 8. If y part is 3, it's half for the other line. So it's 3 by 2. So what is the form? L is equal to x by 8 plus y by 3 by 2. If you want, you can write this, but it's actually not needed. So how we'll be able to find out the slope, or how we'll be able to get the answer? It's just -3 by 2 into 1 by 8, which is equal to -3 by 16. Whichever way or whichever equation, whichever variables that you have studied, you can just use that and you can solve it. So most of the time when it comes to this straight line chapter, you'll have to have the idea about the two methods. Whether it's x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, that m value, or minus b by a, or that value, you have to have an idea about these two methods when you encounter a question. Okay. Now this is also another question which comes in the same type. So given that there are three lines, x minus 3y is equal to p, ax plus 2y equal to q, ax plus y equal to r. What is actually given is they form a right angled triangle. So actually in my question, there are three lines. If they form right angle triangle, then which of them is satisfied? Which of this condition will be satisfied, or which equation will be satisfied? So what you have to do? Here you have xyp, here you have xyq, here you have xyr. This is in terms of A. So you need to find out this A, and then you have to substitute here, and you have to find out whether this equation is equal to 0, or whether it will satisfy, that value of A will satisfy this equation. I'll just read the question once again. If the three lines x minus 3y equal to P, ax plus 2y equal to Q, sorry, and ax plus y equal to R, form a right angle triangle. So it's like these two can form a right angle triangle. If this is the first one, this is second one, this is third one. The 1 and 2 can form a right angle triangle if this is 2. Maybe 1 and 3 can form a right angle triangle. 2 and 3 can form a right angle triangle. So if you know the condition, what is it? Then you can work for these three, I would say these three lines. You'll be able to find out the value of A, substitute it here and find out which one it satisfies. And one more thing, if you kids feel like, yeah, we are discussing mostly the questions of straight lines today. I have told about this chapter and all the details in the last session itself. And if you feel all this are like a sort of question which I have not seen regularly in my class, then it's completely fine. I just want you to have an idea. Yeah, these type of questions are there from straight lines. That's it. Okay. No need to, I would say, be panicking and all. I have not seen this question, but I think pretty good count of students are answering these questions. Is this question's okay? Because suddenly the response is less compared to that of last class. That's why I'm asking. Is this question's okay? I want you to respond, children, because I'll be able to, I would say switch my way only if you are giving my response. Okay, completely fine. Okay, I think some of you have replied. Okay. This is also something that I've always encountered, because most of the kids don't love this thing, this chapter, because it's most of them feel it's tough. And one more thing, this year questions will be little, I would say liberal also, because straight lines are not into that depth compared to the last year. So yes, I think we'll just discuss this. I don't know whether you have studied this also. So yes, we'll just quickly discuss this. These are the three lines which are given here, right? I'm just, the first line is x minus 3y equal to b, for my understanding. Second one is ax plus 2y equal to q. And the third one is ax plus y equal to r. What is given in the question is what the question clearly says. There is only one clue, or there is only one thing that helps you to solve this question. That's the only clue, which is they form a right angle triangle. So if two lines form a right angle triangle, you should have an idea about what the concept is or what is happening. So when it comes to the slope of two perpendiculars, it could be something like the slope of L1, you can call it M1. The slope of L2, you can call it M2. What is the value? M1 multiplied by M2 is equal to -1. That's the only formula that you can use to solve this question. So here I have just changed the form of the line. The first one, I'll be able to write this as y is equal to x minus 3 by p minus p minus 3. Y is equal to q by 2 minus ax by 2. So what is actually the slope? Here it's minus a by 2, here it's 1 by 3. So this is equal to -1. So I'll be able to form an equation. I hope this concept is clear to all of you. When two lines form a right angle part, I would say right angle. So it's actually perpendicular, right? So when it's perpendicular, their slopes, the product of them is equal to -1. The slope of two perpendiculars, it's equal to -1. That's S1, or I would say M1, M2 is equal to -1. So here, if you solve it, you'll get A is equal to 6. Similarly, you have to work for the other two lines, because there is no other clue in this question. The question is literally like, there are three lines, they form right angle triangle. You need to pick one among the option. So now, if you have worked on the first two lines, maybe you can work on, yes, just hold on for a moment, Vamshi. I'll just look into the chat box. Now coming to the other two lines, it's L2 and L3. So here also you can just find out the value of M1 and M2. You can change it to the intercept form. You can find out the value of the slopes for the other two lines. So you'll get a value of A. Now coming to the other part, working on the other two lines, which is L1 and L3, we can find the slope similarly. So for those positive values, you can just substitute among each option and find out whether that value is satisfied or not, whether the value of A satisfies this equation or not. This is how you have to work on the question. So I hope you got an idea. Now you have to start working on this question and I'll be here to clear your doubts. I've just given you an idea on how this question works, what the method of solving this question. Now I want all of you to solve this. Okay. Yes, we have to solve all the three lines. Then only the whole condition will be satisfied, right? I think Vamshi, I have not seen your question. I'm just waiting for it. Okay, now we are just hold on for a second. Okay, just Vamshi, I'll get back to you towards the end of the session. Okay. Yes, I have already shared the recordings link in the chat box. I'll share it again towards the end of the session. Okay. Now just focus on this problem. That is important. So this is L1, L2. We got the value of A as 6. Similarly, we have worked on the other two lines, that's L2 and L3, where I have got the value of A square as, I would say, something like minus value, negative value. Then the other one is L1 and L3. I have solved this and I have got the value of A is equal to 3. So anyway, this is not going to exist. So A is equal to 3 or A is equal to 6. Now I'll take each and every option and I'll check whether if I'm substituting 6 here, it's 36 minus 12 equal to 0. So when you substitute for each value of A, you'll be able to find out that option C is correct. That is A square minus 9A plus 18 equal to 0. It will take some time for you to solve this question. That is also okay, Ram. Okay. Now this is another question. Okay, I'll just show the question once again. This is also a previous year question. The foot of the perpendicular drawn from the origin on the line, that is 3x plus y equal to lambda, is P. Okay. So the point you got, the foot of the perpendicular drawn from some origin on the line, the point is P and the line is 3x plus y equal to lambda. If the line meets x-axis at A and y-axis at B, then the ratio of BP is to PA is. If this line meets x-axis at A and y-axis at B, then the ratio of BP is to PA is. I hope the question is visible to all of you. It's one, the options are 1:3, raised to 1, 9:1, and 1:9. Okay. And yes, I think you can just start doing this question. And meanwhile, there was questions in the chat box related to, is there anything like, yeah, this chapter is having more weightage in AAA compared to that of the other chapters? There is nothing like that. So I hope all of you know about the syllabus that we have published in our website. So from the syllabus, there will be at least one question from each chapter in the examination. That is confirmed, but majority of the questions will be easy. Then there will be moderate questions and then there will be difficult questions. It's not like, yeah, this chapter will have more weightage and all. But when it comes to the units, it's like, I would say, electrostatics, current electricity, magnetostatics, everything comes as a single chapter. So maybe you can expect multiple questions as it's a huge portion. That's the only thing. Okay, yes, Aradhana. Tarun, just hold on. Towards the end of the session, I'll help you. Yes, negative marks are also there. It's -1 for wrong answer and +3 for correct answer. Yes, I'll share the recording. Just hold on for a moment. I have already typed the link in the chat box. Right now also, I have pasted the link in the chat box. You can just log in there. There are practice tests also and the problem solving sessions also. Okay. So this is one way which is actually called as a very simple way of solving this question. So from the origin, we have the point, it is P. And in the 2 points, it's the 2 points that's being touched in the x-axis and the y-axis, it's A and B respectively. Okay. Somebody has typed 3:1. There are different methods, different ways you can use to solve this question. So the initial part is, this is the line which is given, right? 3x plus y equal to lambda. So you can write or you can find out the slope, mx plus c form. So slope is equal to -3. And I hope most of you know what we call the slope is actually the tan theta. So if you're taking tan theta from here, it's OP by PA, right? It's OP by PA. I hope you are with me and you are listening. Okay, so the first part is just simple taking of the tan theta from this triangle. Now the second part is I'm just going to take the other triangle. So if this is theta, this we know, oh, okay, sorry. This is theta, this we know it's 90 degree, it's 90 minus theta. So tan 90 minus theta equal to, this is OP by BP. Because the question is asking us to find out, I think, AP by BP. No, it's BP by PA. Okay. So these two, the question is asking us to find out. So if we have this tan 90 minus theta, we'll be able to write this as cot theta. This is actually called the simplest way. So if you have OP by AP and OP by BP, you can just divide it. So it's tan by cos, you can write this as tan square theta. So what is it? It's 3 square. So it is actually 3 square by 1, which is 9:1. Actually, Ayush, those videos are the same ones that we have discussed. They have just uploaded it in that name only. Okay. Those are the videos of stump surge itself. Okay. And I think Gayatri has already informed me that some of them are not playing. I'll just check. Okay. Now, moving forward, this is also, I would say, one of the this is I would say a long back question. But this is one of the common type of question that comes. Now another question. This is a very simple question. I have 3 lines: x plus 2a plus y equal to 0, x plus 3by plus b equal to 0, x plus 4ay plus a equal to 0 are concurrent. So then what about point AB? Whether it lies in a circle, hyperbola, straight line or parabola. If the 3 distinct lines x plus 2 ay plus a equal to 0, those who are asking for the previous questions, I think there is a query for the last one, and I would say one more question. So we'll discuss it towards the end of the question. You can remain here and we both can discuss. Okay. Actually, I think this is our 10th session for this year. So initially what you can work, maybe you can use the determinant we also to solve it. It will be 1, 2a, maybe 1, 3b, 1, 4a. That way also you can work. So you will get something in terms of a minus b, or I would say 2a, a minus b, something like that. 2. Okay, it's 2a, a minus b. Or you can use the formulas of lines that you have studied in order to solve this question. I think there are answers have started coming up. So the initial part, what is given in the question is they are concurrent, right? So what I'll actually do is I'll try to solve this question and I'll find out the value of x or y, so that I can substitute for them and I'll have a single equation, right? So what I've done is I have just solved for these questions and I got the value of ay equal to 0, which means y equal to 0. I have substituted it in the other equation and I got something as x plus a equal to 0. So initially, when I'm trying to put that in the other equation, what is the equation that's forming? It's minus a plus b equal to 0. Something like a equal to b, x equal to minus a. That is what is actually forming. So when I have something like x equal to y, which is obviously the equation of a straight line, that is x minus y equal to 0. A very simple question, a very basic idea. You just need to substitute for the values. So now another question is, we have a line which is x minus 3 by 2, which is equal to y plus 2 by minus 1, which is equal to z plus 4 by 3, which lies in the plane lx plus my minus z equal to 9. You need to find out L square plus M square. If the line x minus 3 by 2 equal to y plus 2 by minus 1 equal to z plus 4 by 3 lies in the plane Lx plus my minus z equal to 9, then L square plus M square is equal to. Given the line lies in the plane, that is also given. You need to find the value of L and M because the question is asking you to find out L square plus M square. So how you will be able to find out L and M? So yes, we'll just start doing it. So just focus on what is given in the question. Because from there only we'll be able to identify different points that can help us to solve the question. Okay. The question is asking me to find out L square plus M square. And here I can find out that it's minus already. So it's 3, minus 2 and minus 4, which lies on this line. This point will lie on this line, right? And the line is lying on the plane and the equation of the plane is given Lx plus My minus Z equal to 7. So all the points in the line lies in the plane. That's the basic. So what you need to consider is you have to consider the normal. So it will be something which is perpendicular to the plane. So you'll be able to rewrite this as 3L minus 2M plus 4 is equal to 9. So you got first equation, right? Now you have to find another equation using the concept so that you will be able to solve both the equation and you will be able to find out L square plus M square. Now the second part is here when you look at this, you have x minus 3 by 2 equal to y plus 2 by minus 1 equal to z plus 4 by 3. So this is 2i minus 1j 3k, right? So 2i minus j plus 3k, which is parallel to the plane. The equation is already there. And the initial one, what is it? It is given as, it is already given in the question as Lx plus My minus Z. So you'll be able to write this as I, J and K. So this is also perpendicular to the plane. When this is perpendicular to the plane, you will be able to replace this as, when something is perpendicular, this vector is perpendicular or this line is perpendicular to the plane, that equation is given, then the dot product will be equal to 0. So this is 2L minus M minus 3 equal to 0. So you got two equations. Once you solve this, you have L and M and you can find L square and M square. But the initial part is you just need to understand what is given in the question, how we are just going to analyze these things and how we are going to find out these two equations, which will help you to find out the value of L and M and then L square and M square. So we'll just discuss this once again. This was the initial part that's given in the question. I'll just read out the question because somebody has asked. Okay. The line is x minus 3 by 2 equal to y plus 2 by minus 1 equal to z plus 4 by 3 lies in the plane Lx plus My minus z equal to 9. I have to find out L square plus M square. So whatever is given in the question, I have just noted down this. And I know as this line is on the plane, this point is already lying in the plane, right? So 3, minus 2 and minus 4 lies in the plane. So if I have this, then I'll be able to find out the equation for the normal. It will be like 3L minus 2M plus 4 is equal to 9. And that is perpendicular to the plane. So this 9 minus 4, it's 5. I have something called 3L minus 2M is equal to 5. Now, when I have this vector which is parallel to the point, that's parallel to the plane, that's the plane is also given and this point is perpendicular to the plane. So both will be, this will be perpendicular to Li plus Mj minus K. So the dot product will be 0. I have the other equation. So I've solved for M and I would say L and I got the value of M as minus 1 and I think L is 1 and the square is 2. I think there is a lot of students have given me the answer as 2 in the chat box. Yes, I think so. Is this clear or are you stuck at some point? So the initial part is something what you need to care is this part. Because everything is given in this itself. So once you analyze it, it's easy for you to solve this. Okay, now I think we'll move on. Okay. This is also another question, which is like there is nothing to do. You just need to understand the concept. The pair of straight lines, there is x square minus 2p xy minus y square equal to 0. And another one is of q, that is x square minus 2q xy minus y square equal to 0. Okay. One set bisect the other. The relationship between p and q. So you need to have an idea about what is actually, or if it is given that one set is actually bisecting the other. there are two pair of straight lines and one of that is bisecting the other, then what is actually happening? If you have that idea, then it's easy for you to find out the relationship between these two. So the question is asking you to find out the relationship between P and Q. Just a single formula that you need to use, and this question is sorted. And it's a very, very simple question also. I hope you know it. I want all of you to just go through this. I think I got the answer in the chat box. Okay. Okay, completely fine. So yes, let's discuss. I hope you remember the general formula, angle bisector for ax square plus, it was 2hxy, I think, plus by square. X square minus y square by a minus b equal to xy by h. The same formula that you have studied. So I have just taken the first one. It's x square minus 2pxy minus y square equal to 0. The general equation is something like x square minus y square by a minus b. Here a is the coefficient of x square and b is the coefficient of y square is equal to xy by h. So here it's p. So considering this, it will be x square minus y square by both the coefficient is minus b, which is 1 minus minus 1. This is 2 is equal to xy divided by its minus p. So once you have this, you could just form, maybe you can take this 2 here and just form the equation, which is x square minus y square plus 2xy by p equal to 0. So if you compare this with the other equation, it's minus q, I would say minus 2qxy, I have written it here, is equal to 2xy by p. So this 2xy is gone, so 1 by p is equal to minus q. 1 by p is equal to minus q. So what is actually the option that's given in the question? If 1 by p equal to minus q, then its pq is equal to minus 1. That is option C. I think most of you got it correct. So it's like just one equation if you know the concept. So today it's like most of the questions are in that way only. If you know that equation, then it's easy for you to solve it. Okay. I hope up to this it's clear to all of you. And I too remember the two names I've asked for, I think, 2 questions. Yes, I hope we can move. There'll be slight differences in this type of questions. Slight differences in the equations that's given. Now I think we'll just move on. I'll just show the next question to all of you. This is also a very simple question. Equation of a line which is parallel to the line, okay, common to the pair of lines given by 2x square plus 5xy minus 12y square equal to 0 and x square plus xy minus 12y square. And another clue that's given is sum of the intercepts on the axis is 5. So you need to find the equation of the line, whether it's x minus 4y equal to 4, x plus 4y equal to 4, 4x minus y equal to 4, or 4x plus y equal to 4. So if there are any questions or queries in between, you can just type that in the chat box so that I'll be able to help you. And regarding the questions, we'll so I hope you are having your vacations now, right? Are you all solving the question? So dear children, please do respond. That's very, very important. I always ask this to all of you. I'll be able to improve myself and I'll be able to work in the same way that you need only if you're responding to me. Okay, I think I got a lot of options. Option A, D. Okay, that's also completely fine, Krishna. Okay, I got A, B, D. Okay. So yes, I'll just quickly show you how I have solved this. This is what is actually given in the question. The line which is parallel to the common pair of the lines given by those 2 other equations, and some of the intercepts values also given. So I have to quickly solve those and I have to find out which is the one that's common. So if this, I'll be able to write this as 8xy, 3xy. So I have 2, that's x plus 4y and 2x minus y. The other one, which if I'm solving, I have x plus 4y and x minus 3y. So the common one is x plus 4y. That's actually final, right? So now it will be something like x plus 4y is equal to k. And they have given me a clue also that sum of the intercepts of the axis is 5. So I'll be able to write this as x by k plus y by k by 4. So if I solve the single part with equal to 5, I'll get the value of k is equal to 4. So x plus 4y is equal to 4. That's what the answer of this question is. Sorry. X plus 4y is equal to 4. Yes, I think most of you got a clear idea. And there are no further queries. And this is another question. I know some of the questions are really simple. The equation of the line which passes through the point -2, -1 and cut off equal intercepts from the axis. X plus y plus 3 equal to 0, x plus y plus 1 equal to 0, 2x plus y equal to 1, and x plus y minus 3 equal to 0. The equation of the line which passes through the point -2, -1 and cut off equal intercepts from the axis. There are two options, option A and option B. Okay, let's check. Okay, I think, but majority is voting for option A. Okay, let's see. The equation of the line which passes through the point -2, -1, which cut off equal intercepts from the axes. A very simple question which can give you +3 marks in the exam. Okay. It's a very basic idea. I'll be able to write this as x plus y equal to A because it cuts off equally, right? So if it's x plus y equal to A, it's -2, -1, that's given, which is equal to -3. So x plus y plus 3 equal to 0, that's option A. A very simple basic question. This could be considered as an easy question in IEEE 2023. It's like, sorry, 2024. So just like an exam, I'm saying these type of questions also exist in examinations. Now, I think we have one more question to discuss. This is also a very simple question. The straight lines x plus 2y minus 2 equal to 0, 2x minus 3y plus 5 equal to 0, and 3x minus y plus a are concurrent if a is. You need to find the value of a. Only close, they are concurrent. This I think most of you will do, right? I don't want you to write the whole question and all. Just note down it in such a way that you will be able to understand it when you just check it again. That's all. I think there is some disturbance. Kindly, okay. I think it's purely be for everyone. Okay. So yes, we'll just check this. So x plus 2y equal to 2. 2x minus 3y plus 5 equal to 0. Sorry, it was x plus 2y minus 2 equal to 0. Then 3x minus y plus a equal to 0. So you could just substitute for, I would say maybe something like x equal to 2 minus 2y or any other form in this equations, and you can find out the value. So yes, once you have the value of x and y, you can directly substitute it. It's 3 minus 4 by 7 minus 9 by 7 plus a equal to 0. That's solving it. A is equal to 3. A very direct question which comes as an easy question, right? Yes, Hariharan, that's a equal to 3. So yes, I think that's all for today's session. And I hope I was able to cover some questions which are really important when it comes to the entrance examination point of view, whether it's IEEE JEE or I would say any other examination which you're writing, any other exam. So yes, if there are any queries, you can just post it in the chat box. I have typed the link again. Yes, Siddharth, just hold on for a moment. I have pasted the link again where you can get the recordings and you can go check the practice test and all. I hope it's visible to everyone. And now, just a second, children. So I think last week I have already we have already communicated that we'll be just checking up this question, this chapter last year, that is straight lines. So now I would just give you an idea on which chapter we'll be discussing for next week. And it will be binomial theorem. So I would request everybody to just check on the topics and just come for the next session of binomial theorem. Okay. So yes. Now, thank you so much, everyone. I hope I was able to cover some questions and you are able to get the details. Okay. I think 10 chapters as of now. I'll just check with my team why the video is not playing, and maybe towards the next session I'll give you a reply also. And if there are any suggestions, I would request you to type that in the chat box, because that's very, very important for me to um, reframe the sessions. Okay. I'll just check. Okay. Because I think now everybody has started accessing and okay. Yes, Kavya, you can type the queries. And Vamshi, I have already mentioned those chapters were, it's like, it's of a unit structure where there are more areas. There is a probability that more questions might come from that. Mm. Yes, Lakshana, we'll consider this also. I hope I have answered your query, Vamshi. Um, uh, Tanai, this is our 10th session. So this is the 10th chapter that we are discussing. I think we have not repeated a single chapter. Okay, thank you, Vamshi. And I think Siddharth is here. And yes, before you all leave, I would like to wish you all a very happy new year. And I hope all your dreams may come true during the coming year. And I hope all of you will be able to study well and get good marks and everything. That's what you are really working hard for. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. And those students have completed. You can just leave. And I do. Yes, Vamshi, I think there is another question. Just a moment, Siddharth. Please hold on. Yes, if you're coming to the college, you can. I'll be here only in the Coimbatore campus, so we can meet. Yes, I'll check with my team and I'll ask them to upload the remaining 6 sessions as soon as possible. So don't worry. They have already started working, I think. Thank you so much, Lakshana. Okay, yeah. So yes, Siddharth, we are just going to discuss this again. It was, I think, question number. I just wanted to check, Siddharth, are you here? No, Lakshana, you can check the, I would say the updated syllabus on the website. So these questions are the previous year questions. That's why even there might be questions from the deleted portions. But for your exams, we have, it's like rechecked each and every chapter for the possibility of that will be very less. But if you're studying those chapters in your labs and all of that, it's like for physics and all, you have been studying that in your lab, right? Maybe that theory portion and everything, the problem solving, the numericals have been removed. But there will be theory when it comes to something that you are doing in your lab. So that will be there in the examinations. Will not be removing that. So yes, I think Siddharth, which was the question? I think Tarun, you can just look into this. And if there is anything, please do type it in the chat box so that I'll be able to help you. If it's right angle, then the slopes M1, M2 is equal to 0. Okay, that is completely fine. I think the booklet will be of the previous one. That's why. But please do check the website amrita.edu/btech. I think in the information handbook, we have updated the new syllabus. And most of them places, the chapters will be there, but the portions will be deleted. Okay, you can just check it. So just wanted to check, Siddharth, are you here? I think now there are a lot of queries that's coming up. Just give me some time, children. So this was the first one. These are the 3 lines. They form a right angle triangle. So we just took this as 1, 2, and 3. So if the angle is being formed by the first 2 lines, then you have to find the slopes, multiply it, it's -1. You'll get one value. Same with the other lines. If there are 3 lines, it's like 3 you have to work. First, third, first, second, second, and third. So second and third also you have to work the same way. You have to find the values. You have to multiply it. It's equal to -1. The same applies for the other also. And now it's like you can go for a trial and error method type of thing, where you'll get multiple values of A as solutions and you can substitute it in here and you can find out which equation satisfies that or which values of A is satisfied here. Now, 10th question someone is asking. I hope this question is clear for you. I think I I know there was someone who was asking for the question number 3, but I don't remember your name now. I'm so sorry. I hope it's clear. If you can just type that in the chat box, it would be helpful. If you have just looked into the question, if it's clear, please do type it in the chat box so that I can uh, take the other question. So regarding the shortcuts and how to study and all, we'll have a separate, I would say maybe in another class or something, we can have a discussion related to that. Okay. Yes, this is the 10th question which you have been asking. Yeah. Why? Because I'm thinking like most of you will be having that. I don't know whether you're going for the coachings and all of that, but most of the time, if you're going for that, you will have a formula book, or you can go refer to the I would say the practice test book that Amrita is providing. So in that, for each chapter, there will be separate formulas. I hope you all have that. Even for board exams, you'll have that habit of writing that formulas and everything in a book. So as it's near exams, what I would advise is like maybe 1 month or some days, 2 months or something before. What I would advise is not focus on the theory. Maybe you can just go through the formulas, just understand, yeah, this is the basic thing. But when it comes to 11th chapter, it's advisable to spend maybe, I would say, just 1 hour or something for the theory. That's completely fine because most of you might not be having an idea about what you have studied in that 11th because you are focusing on 12th now also. So you can just spend some time for that, but most of the time you have to dedicate it for the problem solving only. That's what I would say. It's just taking a question, understanding which chapter, which formula, which concept, which area. Then solve it. That's it. That is only going to help you. This is actually a very simple question to find out. Uh, these three straight lines are concurrent. It's x plus 2y minus 2 equal to 0, 2x minus 3y plus 5 equal to 0, and 3x minus y plus a equal to 0 are concurrent if a is. So if this is concurrent, what you can do is you can substitute for the values, find out x, y, substitute it in this other equation, that is 3x minus y plus a equal to 0, and find out the value of a. So here what I have done is 2 minus 2y I have substituted in one equation, I got the value of y. That I have substituted in another equation and I got the value of x. Then it's 3x minus y plus a equal to 0. X is here minus 4 by 7. Y is here 9 by 7. So 3 into minus 4 by 7 minus 9 by 7 plus a equal to 0. So this is a simple question. It's minus 21 by 7 plus a equal to 0. This is 3. It's minus a equal to minus 3. So a equal to 3. So I think, is there anyone who want to ask a question? I hope it's clear for all of you. So thank you so much, children, and a happy new year, and we'll be able to meet on next. Uh, okay, completely fine. I was just looking. Okay, thank you. And the remaining sessions, I'll update you, children. And one more thing I can do is I'll just type my mail ID to all of you so that if there is anything that you want help, you can just contact me there. So please look into the chat box. It's m_lakshmi1@cv.amrita.edu. I hope you got the mail ID. So if there is anything, please do just mail. Even if it's related to some topic, some question, anything you can mail, but make it a detailed one so that I'll be able to help you. I hope you got it. So thank you so much for children. Thank you.